Hey everyone, it's 2:58 p.m. on the 13th of January 2022. I'm really trying to get comfortable, but it's quite difficult because I'm in pain. So I thought now's as good a time as any to make a video. I think I'm up to date with my videos. I've definitely watched I've watched up to Thursdays mornings. So I'm pretty sure I'm up to date, but now that I'm actually saying it out loud, not 100% certain. So I think I said it yesterday. I'm never totally sure what I've shared with you guys, or Boss, or Rachel, or Grant, or Andrew, or myself. Sometimes I might repeat myself because of that reason. Anyway, so I had planned on getting up early today, which is why I wanted to call Rachel this morning. And I did call her this morning. Okay, so let me remember. I woke up naturally this morning, quite awake, I think it was. Pretty sure it was today. See what I mean about my memory? It's only 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Anyway, so I woke up, I called her, got her up, everything was fine. And Boss was so cozy. And I was just like, oh, it was one of those moments where I, even distinctly now that I'm thinking about it, registered getting up. Like, it was probably a very good idea to get up, but I didn't. So the next thing I knew was I was waking up at, it was like 11:45 in the morning, I think. My phone was making noises, and I was like, oh, I've actually got stuff to do today. So that's what I'm doing. I'm sitting in my bedroom because it's comfortable and because I'm in pain. And I really, really need to keep my pain levels to the absolute minimum, given it's Monday, and I'm flying to Brisbane on Thursday. So, yeah, still need to organise Ubers and all that stuff. No, cabs or whatever it is. Anyway, I was asking one of my teammates who also works as like a chauffeur, the best time and how long to leave and blah, 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 and all that stuff. And he was like, I would never personally use Uber for whatever reasons. And I was like, oh, do you want to share? And he sent me through a bunch of links. That's as far as I've got, and I actually don't know what the links say. But anyway, Boss, please be good. Boss is mad at me. Absolutely has every right to be mad at me. I'm now very aware that I am no better than the people who I think are selfish keeping cats locked inside. Because yes, I have a huge let's try this again. Yes, I have a huge backyard. Yes, Boss can run, but it's not the same, and I do know this, and I'm not trying to make excuses. I'm just acknowledging the fact that my baby Boss, my best friend, has every right to be pissed off at me right now. On saying that, I absolutely do not have the strength to walk him, and by the time I get everything done, and then my work meetings for an hour at 5:30, I won't be going anywhere at 6:30. So I really wish I had a dog walker again. Rory, if you watch this, I don't know, you will. I must admit, if you didn't live so far away, I'd almost get you to come and walk my dog. But alas, you do, and I'm not actually asking, I'm just pondering out loud, all right? I'm feeling better, so that means pain medicine's kicking in. Yay! I'm definitely feeling a lot better about everything in general. I very much want to understand what I'm doing, and I feel like such a child. I'm going to be honest here and say this is childlike, but I'm excited, okay? So when I'm not falling apart in a big heap, I'm very easily excited like a child, yeah? Anyway, I started reading my wall last night. I got quite stoned, I'll be honest, and had a wonderful conversation with my friend Ashley in New Zealand on video chat. She is real smart. She's got her PhD in microbiology, like super clever. And yeah, so I talked to her, and I actually don't know that I knew she had a PhD, or I might have and then forgot, because she's someone that I met through Reddit as well. Reddit is a good place to meet people, which is ironic because I don't understand all the backlash Reddit gets. People are always like, oh, you should never tell anyone that you use Reddit, and I'm just like, there's got to be something I'm missing in regards to that, eh? But where am I at? Yeah, so I spoke to her, and then I thought, oh, now's as good as time as any. And I realized something that I know I've said recently to someone. I'm pretty sure it's on a camera. Because I remember saying it when I had the realization hit me of what my sleep doctor had said and my other doctor had said, which is that I set these big goals for myself, right? Whether it's like a daily, weekly, degree, fucking work, whatever these goals are that I set myself, like my wall, yeah, for example, I make them so difficult that it actually is just easier to completely avoid doing any of it. I keep my hands off my computer because the fucking power button on this computer is in the dumbest place ever, right on the side, and every time I touch it, I turn shit off. Anyway, yesterday I fully realized that I had made the wall so much more difficult than it needed to be. And even as I wrote it at the time, whenever it was, I think I knew it and I did it anyway. That's your ego for you. Our egos are the ones that set us up to fail, just so you know. Because I've been telling myself since the wall bit was completed that I need to be reading like every 10 minutes or on every hour, every day, for whatever. And obviously that was just too hard and too much, and I just shut down and just stopped looking at them. But now that I'm fully realizing 100 billion trillion % that it really truly doesn't matter how long it takes me to do anything, just go slowly. And that's what I've started doing. I picked like a few random ones and I just started repeating them over and over and over and over again to the point where I actually do know them now. I'm not going to prove that to myself on this camera because as soon as I try to do that shit, I just have the deer in the headlights blankness come up. So I am aware of what's going on. I'm going to keep practicing. I'm very much enjoying the fact that it is working. All right, I'll tell you one, just because it's for me. All right. Fundamental attribution error is when we underestimate the impact of a situation and overestimate the personal factors when explaining another person's behavior. See what I mean? I did it, and I repeated that thing to myself over and over and over and over again last night until it stuck, and it's still there. Social norms are shared experiences of shared expectations of how people should think, feel, and behave. There's one. There's the 5, so I'm doing exactly what I said I wouldn't. The 5 personality factor, which spells out ocean: openness, conscientiousness, extroversion, agreeableness, and neurotism. That's a word I found hard to say, but I've remembered. So, yes, and I stuck all the rest of the ones that I didn't have on the toilet wall because I spend a great deal of my life in the toilet because of my fucking bladder and the rest of my insides being all fucked up by medication and conditions. So that seemed like a good place to put them. But I think it's more just a simple realization that I don't need to memorize 10 at once. I'm going back to like when I was a child, like how do you learn the ABC or words or any of it, without just practice. So that's what I'm doing, my big growing up self. But I finally accept that it just doesn't fucking matter how long it takes me. I am truly doing all of this to help myself, to help others. Ultimately, my goal will be to work for myself, Like, that's the ultimate goal. I don't want to be on disability for the rest of my life. I want to be my own boss. But as it stands, I literally cannot, even at the moment, apply to be someone's support worker or peer support worker in a capacity any other way than what I am doing for the company I'm doing online and the storytelling. Like, that's it. I'm at my limit with that and my house and where I'm at and family and, you know, all of it. It's just all combined. I've reached my limit. And instead of beating myself up about that, which I think is obviously what I was doing last week, I'm now choosing to see it through love, which is written on my bedroom wall, like really big right there. And understanding that I am doing all I can and I don't need to keep pushing myself. Days where I can do stuff, you know, just throughout my day, like today, the last few days, I felt good. I felt at peace because I haven't had this stress on me feeling like I'm failing at everything. But yeah, it's crazy. You know, last night I practiced my intro over and over and over again, recording each one as I went, just to try to work out what the best like intros is going to be. I'm going to keep practicing that later, as well as my story. I do have another like meeting in person with my team on Wednesday before we fly out on Thursday. But yeah, I am feeling good in that regard. I keep forgetting it's a public holiday here in Melbourne. Because I really would like my pain meds that I've now realised I've been to the pharmacy at least twice since asking for them, and they were telling me there's like this big backlog or whatever. So yeah, I went to ring them and I was like, oh, it's public holiday. Totally forgot. But yeah, I'm up to date with what I need to do for work. I've actually probably done a lot more than what I am supposed to or expected to, because like I've said, I've gone and done a massively big deep dive, and now that I'm looking at it from the point of view of someone who would use a service like this, I can now see all the things that need to change, which again I will say to him when I speak to him. Probably not this afternoon. I'm really, really struggling with this whole paranoia of fucking interrupting people. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if I write myself another massive fucking note that just says, keep your mouth shut, right next to me, so I don't fucking do anything dumb. It's not that I'm dumb or say dumb things, it's just that I talk. Obviously I'm a talker. Talk. Yeah, and sometimes, most of the time, I'm thinking and working shit out as I'm talking, so it doesn't always quite come out right. Probably should do all the thinking and the talking up here first, but again, I have a number of things I'm working on. But yes, I did pick this up to say that I was very struggling to get comfy, but that's okay. I feel better. It is 3:12. I'm working through reading this, just reading through this essay. I've got some ideas for the work stuff. Oh, my fancy quote and picture and everything came out and it looks awesome, though they've listed me as a facilitator, so I just emailed back saying please make it storyteller, so that's awesome. But yeah, I feel for my dog. I really, really do wish I had someone who could just come and walk him. I used to. I don't know what happened to that, but she was a good price and I was working, so yeah. But otherwise everything's good. I feel good, and that's the fucking main thing. Oh, here's one thing. My brother started contacting me, which was always lovely. I love my brother. Let me try and think about how old he would be. I'm 36, so I'll be 37, which means my sister will be 35 this year, I'm fairly certain, which would make him 34, I think. Let's have a look, see if I can do the math. Yep, she'll be 35. Oh, wait. I'm not even 100% certain what year my brother was born, but I'm figuring based on mine and hers, it would be that. So he'd be turning 33 or 34 this year. I don't know, but anyway, he lives back in our hometown in New Zealand, in the South Island, where my mum lives. I don't think I'm going to give him this website. Not yet, anyway. I would love to, but my brother... I don't even know my brother. I'll put it like that. I don't know the man. I love him because he's my brother, and I remember being children together. But I don't actually really know anything about him besides the fact that he's got his dream job and he's bought himself a house. And he lives in the same town as my mum. I don't even know if he knows that me and mum and my sister aren't even talking. No clue, but I will email him back at some point today. So yeah, that was nice to hear from him because he sent me messages and I had to look for his email going, I really hope this is correct, but I do not have international credit. And guys, I was like, and I don't have international credit, but yeah, it was all good. He got it. Anyway, 16 minutes is a probably pretty long enough video, movie, fucking daily check-in for today. But yeah, talk later. Hope you're having a nice day, Rory, and all the rest of you. See ya.